Hey, it's Andrew Wallace here for another episode of Fitness Marketing Blueprints TV. Coming to you today from the Isle of Man. I'm over here for Christmas with family. I want to talk today about online world and social media and treating it like your local village. Now, how do you find out if people are gossiping about you? That's the purpose of today's call. So today I want to focus on what's being said about you, about your brand, along with keeping up to date with things you're interested in online. So how would you do that? Well, my suggestion is to use a simple to use free tool. And hey, if you're like me, we all love free stuff, don't we? The tool today is called Google Alerts. And as I say, it's really easy to use. You can find it online at google.com/alerts. You log in using your Google usual login details, and then you can just go ahead and add some terms to set up as alerts. Then every time that keyword or keywords you added gets mentioned, Google sends you an email into your email inbox to say that this keyword has been talked about on whatever website online, and you can go and click that link to go and check it out. It's brilliant. So obviously this has so many applications and is really only as limited as your imagination. But let me give you a little bit of a synopsis of the way that I like to use this particular tool. The first things I use Google Alerts for is to monitor whenever my business might get mentioned online. So for example, I've got Andrew Wallace Consultancy set up as one of my personal alerts. This means that if people are talking about me or my business online, I can engage within that conversation. I can even perhaps credit a nice comment or article or blog that's featuring my company. Or if people start slating me or saying something bad about me, which of course never happens by the way, then I can jump into the conversation and look to do some damage control. So make sure you set up your company and your brand within Google Alerts. Now the second way to use Google Alerts is for my personal brand, and that's becoming more and more important, of course, thinking about Gary Vee, etc. So my personal brand is all about me, Andrew Wallace, and I can look at what people are saying and be aware of what chatter is out there. And if I do need to handle something, I can do so. Or if I do need to jump onto something nice that's being said, and obviously you guys say nice things about me, then I can do so. And you should be doing the same. So it's really important that you actually look at your brand name as a name and work on that and try and harness the power of Google Alerts to jump on any conversations or any mentions that might be said. Okay, moving on to number 3, and that is the titles to the content you put out. So for me, I'm putting alerts about my Fitness Marketing Blueprints program. I've also got this 30 leads challenge as an alert, so I can make sure that anybody or any of you who reviews or comments about it, then I can jump onto that conversation and interact and engage with those individuals. Now, if you're putting out a really good bit of content that you've worked really hard on, then you could put that title of that piece, of that blog content as an alert as well. And that allows you to make sure that you're managing what's happening and the content in what's being said about your content as effectively as what's being said about your brand. Next up is number 4, and that's your URL, your website. So instead of putting something like yourbusiness.com, just put yourmarketing.com, and it means that anybody mentions your URL or your web address or perhaps even links to it, then you can make sure that you're alerted to that as well. Number 5 is your competitors. Keeping track of your competition is a great tactic to employ. I suggest picking out and following perhaps your top 5 competitors. This will help you understand what's going on in their world, because if they're getting a lot of links and a lot of action from a particular website, then why aren't you on there? Why aren't you conversing with that? Or if their clients or prospects are giving them heaps of praise, maybe you might actually be able to look at those clients and say, well, actually maybe they'd be better off with you than your competition. So monitor your top 5 competitors, and it really gives you some actionable content or places where you can be, because if they're there, then perhaps you should be there too. Now, number 6 is your top clients. If they have their own business or profile, then monitor their brand and their name. So why would you do that? Well, for one thing, I think it's a nice conversation starter when you want to talk to them. Perhaps you see something, a blog post, an article or something about them, and hey, I saw that content about you, I saw that blog about you, wasn't it great? And then they perhaps go, hang on, no, I didn't see that, and you can say, yeah, here's the link to it. I think that's a really nice touch, and they're like, wow, he knows what he's doing and he's on top of things. Trust me, you'll love yourself for doing that. The final the final tip I've got is super number 7, is lead research. So if you want to attract those high profile superstar clients, why not take the 5 people that you really want as clients and monitor their brand names? Because like if you're managing your top clients, do something similar as you do with them. Phone these guys up and say, hey, I saw this great piece of content about you, and I saw this really nice article about your brand, and I can see that you're doing some really good things, and I'd like to learn more to see if there's something that I can do to mention my clients for you. I think this is a good way to research and find potential strategic alliance partners or joint venture partners. So you could actually use the content in the alert in your pitch, or use it as a foot through the door, so monitoring your leads, the big ones you really want to get into, and that's going to help. So there you go, 7 ways of using Google Alerts to understand what's being said about your brand, your business, your competitors, your personal needs, everything really. So just helps to be able to keep a handle on everything, so that you're never missing out on any conversations, or you're able to get into any conversations. And if you want to know more about harnessing the power of the internet and technology, remember, you can always go and check out my Fitness Marketing Blueprints program at fitnessmarketingblueprints.com. I'm ready to help you set the foundational pieces in place so that you can grow a business in a systemized and strategic manner. Right, that was all a bit of a mouthful, but that's all for me today. So see you soon, Andrew Wallace. So see you next time on Fitness Marketing Blueprints TV. Bye for now.